Okie dokie, my artichokes. I have some banging stuff to talk about today. Oh boy. Today I present to you an ode to honesty. A miracle that happened today is included in what I'm going to say for my general topic. So I don't need to start with it because I will say it anyway. But first things first, what are we going to do today? Let's I think I may farm trees and not trees because hopefully some crops will grow. That'd be nice if these guys would grow. But I'm gonna farm some trees for a little bit and I can use up this axe. All right. Today my friend was very honest with me, and that sparked a connection that wouldn't have otherwise occurred. There are many factors that lead into this situation that would make sense to say, but there are too many of them, so I'm only going to say what feels the most relevant. My friend, who happens to be a female, admitted to me today that she has had a crush on me for quite some time. And she's not someone that I've ever really had a crush on. And it honestly kind of broke my heart because she obviously felt very strongly towards me. And I honestly felt a little guilty for not seeing the same thing in her. And she's a very awesome person. And she has many qualities that I admire. I've just never really been attracted to her to a degree that's moved me to action. She was quite scared to tell me, and she wasn't going, she wasn't planning on telling me the entire day, but I'm very glad she did. Even though nothing romantically has come of it, I think our friendship has grown. I don't feel any need to limit our friendship because of any attraction she feels towards me. I think limiting connection is not not something I want to do. She's very awesome. She's someone that I can talk to about things that a lot of people just wouldn't care to talk about. We talk about ideas and concepts and beliefs, things that make sense to us and things that don't. And I've had a lot of deep conversations with her that have been conversations I haven't really had with anyone else because no one really cares to think through ideas deeply. the way I do, the way she does. I value our friendship a lot. I'm very grateful that she's my friend. Most of the time, when I hear people talking about how someone they don't have romantic interest in admits that they have romantic interest in them, I hear people say how that ruins their friendship and they can no longer have the friendship they had. And that's bizarre to me. Attraction is something that we all experience. There's no reason in my mind that that friendship has to end. In fact, the honesty that my friend had and the trust she had in me to be kind to her was very connecting. It showed that she trusts me. It shows that she feels safe enough with me to open up. And it shows that she respects me enough to tell me the truth. It was a very connecting experience overall. She deserves a man who can love her deeply and appreciate her and be attracted to her, even if somehow we dated. I don't think I would be able to give that to her. And I told her this, and I think it's important for especially girls to hear, but for anyone. Just because someone doesn't have romantic interest in you doesn't diminish your value or the good traits you have. My friend is very intelligent. She thinks through things deeply. She's very kind. She seeks to understand people before judging them. She has so many good attributes, and she's very beautiful, physically speaking. Her eyes are a very thought-provoking combination of colors. And the fact that I don't have a crush on her doesn't make any of that less valuable. If you are not the subject of someone's romantic interest that you would like to be the subject of, you're still an awesome person. Since I've gone through a breakup recently, I've kind of, again, felt what it's like to not openly be desired. Although, with my friends having a crush on me, I guess that kind of makes that not true anymore. But before I knew that, I was starting to feel undesirable. And I still don't feel particularly lovable or lovely, I suppose is the right word. But I don't think it's because anyone does or doesn't have romantic interest in me. This is all to say, this connection only happened because of her honesty. If she hid that from me, then we would have continued to have our normal friendship. But she would have continued to feel unseen and hopeless. She told me that she had experienced quite a bit of pain over this because she has had a crush on me for quite a long time and has realized that what she has is not what I'm looking for in a lifelong partner. And she also told me that the reason she wanted me to know that she has had a crush on me is because she respects me and thinks I deserve to know the truth. Hearing that from her was very connecting. Ultimately, the experience didn't turn out to be awkward because we both were seeking to understand each other and to be kind to each other. So I suppose ultimately this may be an ode to kindness. But we wouldn't have had that opportunity to show kindness to each other in this way if she hadn't opened up and been transparent and honest with me about how she's felt. She is a very good friend, and I do love her. Not in a romantic way, but that doesn't mean it's not love. I wish I could make her happy and be the man she wants, the man that she sees in me and yearns for. But I can't give that to her. Not with the goals and calling from God that I have. She deserves someone who can be what she needs. Get pranked. Man, these trees keep growing in ways that are different from the default tree shape. And I don't want to cut them down because I think they look cooler. They look more natural and pretty. I'm also glad that I haven't had a crush on this friend of mine, because if I did, I most likely would have idolized her in a way that would have made it hard for me to get to know her, who she really is, instead of this idea of who she could be if life were perfect. That tends to happen with me. When I have a crush, I try hard to get to know this whoever it may be. But when I'm not with them and hearing from them, I start to fantasize, and that creates an unfair image of them in my head, and it's not who they really are. I don't think I would have had as deep of a connection with my friend if I had a crush on her. I would like to start building my house, but I don't know exactly what I want it to look like. Maybe I'll just trace out a shape with some wood and see if that takes me anywhere. Although this land isn't too flat. Maybe I'll do some terraforming. But for now, I think it is my bedtime, and I can build my house next time. If you made it to this point, thanks for listening to me. I really appreciate it. Adios, my friends.